Alright, today I'm making some entrance feeders for my honeybees, and I figured I'd make a quick video on how to do it. These are cheap made, scrap wood, and I know the entrance feeders aren't super expensive when you order them, but usually, same thing with anything with beekeeping, the shipping on them usually is what kills you. So, hour or less and some scrap wood, and I can make a dozen feeders. But anyways, this is what they end up looking like. This is just a half pint jar. I use it because it's standard size mason jar lid. But that's what they end up looking like, and I'll show you what I use and how they go together. You start out with just a piece of scrap wood, 3/4 inch, based upon your entrance height. If you've got 3/4 inch entrance height, then the way that I do it can be the way that you do it. But 3/4 inch board, 4 inches by 4 inches, and then a 3/4 by 3/4 by 4 inch. You'll need 3 of these per feeder. So first step, take your bottle, trace out the circle that you'll need. Then I go and drill a pilot hole, cut with the jigsaw, and then you end up with your board with the hole in it. Then I take the 3 of those 3/4 by 3/4 by 4s, and I put one across the back, and then one on each side butted up against the one on the back. Now the 3/4 width makes these stick out a 3/4 in front of the face of this board. So that'll be the part that goes into your hive underneath the super. So the 3/4 works perfect because it should be the width of your super. So that'll sit in nice and tight. When I used to make them, I used to bend a piece of flashing here, but you can see, if it's shoved up good and tight against your hive body, there's no entry point for anything to get in there. As far as the bottom of them, let's see, and you can see, the top of the lid's great, exposure wise for the bees to get in there and get the syrup. And then I just cut a piece of flashing. This is just scraps from my hive tops, and staple that onto the bottom. These are done for me. I'm not going to paint them or anything. You could, especially if you live in an area where ants are a huge problem. Paint would help seal all these cracks and keep other stuff from getting in them. But I mean, for the most part, it's pretty impenetrable. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, that's how I make these. Of course, it'll slide right into the entrance, and that's the kind that I like. And another tip, especially new colonies and in the fall, whenever I put this into the hive entrance, I'll reduce the entrance. I'll take another one of these little 4-inch blocks, and I'll put it alongside of it, and reduce the entrance down to a few inches way over here. So the entrance is reduced, and the length that it would take for something to come in the hive, around, and to the syrup is increased. So it's a double helpful way to feed. But if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe.